Geek Squad. Geek Squad. Geek Squad.
And that's the show you're listening to, Geek Squad. My name is Coffee Spike and Chroma. It's a few minutes after 7 on Joy 99.7 FM. If you're watching us live on YouTube at Joy 997 FM and on Twitter, you can tweet at us hashtag Joy Geek Squad, and on Facebook, Joy 997 FM. Yes, we're live streaming. And today, as a matter of fact, last week, if you tuned into the show or if you listened to us on the podcast, we were speculating the features that were going to come with the Samsung S22 that was going to be announced. Yes. And today, well, it was announced. It was announced the day after we speculated. And lots of our speculations came to pass because we had seen leaks and rumors. I don't know why tech companies try to keep these things under wraps. Back then, when, during the era of yams, when yams were the smartphones, were they trying to keep these things under wraps?
Was the internet popular then?
Yes, we had WAP. WAP trick.
Bro, who would have time to who would have time to collect all the
make
information?
33. GSM Arena still existed then.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. They've been doing a good job.
So yeah, they should have been leaking phones then, but now everything's about leaks and rumors. For those who are listening, yeah, this is what happens in the tech world. We are always anticipating new stuff, and so we're looking out for what's coming. And somebody goes to peek in the safe of these big companies, gets us the information, and shares with us. I saw videos like months before. Charlie, those people sport. If you like spoiler alerts, yeah, you can go. You like spoilers, go and watch. But you can't run away from it now, can you? Anyway, so today, once again, this is a sponsored episode by Samsung. So we're about to talk about the latest devices, and I'm looking at them on the table. If you want to see them, go watch our live stream right now on Facebook, on YouTube. It's Joy 997 FM, and you would see the phones, the devices we're about to talk about. And Michael will not get to touch them for reasons known to everyone. Okay. No, you see, we have two Michaels here, so I have to pardon.
The Michael who brought them.
The Michael
and the
who
Michael who's being banned. Listeners.
Are you pointing at the door?
I'm pointing at the camera. Listeners, call in and demand justice for me. Let me on these phones.
Because you're holding freedom and justice, the Ghana flag, so we should demand justice.
This is what our leaders stood for once upon a time. Freedom and justice for every single Ghanaian, of which I am. I have a Ghana card to prove it. I need access to these phones.
You're not a Ghanaian. As I was saying, there's the new phones from Samsung. If you know the Note, it's no more. Yes, I used the Note 1, Note 2, Note 3, Note 4, Note 5, Note 7, Note 8, Note 9. Note 7, I still have it. I never returned mine. Yes, see how Michael is looking at me. I never returned mine because I know one day it will be a collector's item.
I actually literally talked about the Note 7 today.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll auction mine in a few years to come and I'll get some NFTs for that. And some, all the way, they skipped Note 11, went straight to Note 20. And then after they went to Note 20, they said, we won't do it again. like, we were expecting something Note 21. We didn't get Note 21. We got S21 Ultra that could use the pen, and then we were given the Fold 3 and the Flip 3. The Fold 3 could use the pen again. So everybody thought, oh no, no more notes. And very hardcore note users. I know someone who waited months just to get a note. He's been on my case just to get a note. There are many other Samsung phones says no. He's been using notes, and I know this. He's been using notes ever since I've known him. He wanted a note, and I had to get him a note by all means necessary. So it's good news for all Note power users. The Note is back, except not known as the Note. It's now the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Oh, you should have queued an applause. Violate. I didn't say backpack Kotomre for. That's not an applause.
That's what you deserve.
Anyways, Michael, you let me introduce the original Michael here right now. Winston, Michael, Ajete, my usual suspects, are here with me, and you probably know this because I've been throwing and poking fun at Michael Ajete. I have to mention your full name today since
Put my formal government name out there.
you have a Ghana card,
Yeah.
so I have to put your full name out there. Joining me in the studio to talk about this, to discuss, and to review these devices. And the gentleman who brought them in is also called Michael, but we'll call him Mike for clarity's sake. So Mike, Winston, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Spiky.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Mike is from Samsung, and Winston is from Geek Squad, and Michael is from Geek Squad, and I'm the host, Kobe Spiking Chroma. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the devices that are lined in front of us. And no, we're not doing a giveaway. I can see your tweets. No giveaway. I am going to do a giveaway myself, but not the phones that are here. We say if we get that, we're going to take. We'll be right back.
Business no a bit to say. So the projections from the first quarter show a higher total gross profit for the fiscal year. A bit to me kasa say
Nana, who's not land you? He did the port right here.
a bit to me say.
Here are your items. Thank you for coming.
A bit to me kasa say
Yes, 2 for 10 cedi. Me and 10 cedi. 2 for 10 cedi.
what you know a bit to me according and found whole business away. The beer will be your has a wow. MTN business made to enable your business stay ahead of the pack. Jushayen, mtnbusiness.gh at mtn.com. Fre Anna was happy. I was 0244 308 111. MTN everywhere you go.
Geek Squad.
Back. The show is Geek Squad on Joy 99.7 FM, if you didn't know, and we're talking about the all new devices launched by Samsung last week. And before that, I have to tell you something about your teeth. Just because something doesn't taste sweet doesn't mean it has no sugar. There are hidden sugars in foods, and these sugars cause cavities and tooth decay and are even more active at night when we do not brush before bedtime. So you're listening to this before bedtime. Your trusted and powerful Pepsodent Cavity Fighter toothpaste is fortified with pro-fluoride complex and active microcalcium to give you double action and protection from cavities caused by food and drinks during the daytime, and works twice as hard repairing tiny invisible holes even hours after brushing at night. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is available in all leading shops across the country and is sold for 6 Ghana cedis. Remember, for double action and protection against cavities, brush twice daily, in the morning and at night before bedtime. Pepsodent, every smile matters. So Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire, so you can watch us live as we talk about the devices on the table right in front of us. Let's go. Winston, which one is your favorite? So lined up in front of Winston, for those who are not watching, is the S22, the S22 Plus, the S22 Ultra, and a Tab S8 Plus. Yes. And Winston is raising them up like back then when we used to do
Oh, yeah, doing Lotto.
Lotto,
And
exactly.
they
They raise the numbers.
Yeah,
They're going to press somebody press the button and they raise it.
so you can announce them now.
So yes, Note 28, S22 Ultra, S22 Plus, single S22, and then single tab S8 Plus. Thank you. You have to open it so I don't see it well.
Hey,
So
Charlie,
say
if I open and wait for Charlie.
yes. So these are the devices we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Listen, that tablet is very impressive. It looks very sleek. I like the case. I like how the pen is slotted in the case. But we'll get to all that. First, Mike, why did Samsung decide to pack the Note name and then add it to the S line?
Okay, so we haven't released a new Note device since 2020.
Yeah.
Yes, and the last Note device release was the Note 20 Ultra, and
Of which I still have one.
yes, and of which I am also using mine as we speak. And so at the moment we have three lineups, or we would have had three lineups in a year. I mean, currently foldable devices are becoming a thing, and we want to make it a mainstream thing. So we decided to merge the Note with the S, and then keep the foldable devices on one hand.
Right.
But when you look at what we've done over the years since the year 2020, you would realize that we have been able to introduce the Note experience on some other devices as well. We started with the S21 Ultra, or the S21 Ultra, and then during the year we continued with the foldable, the Z Fold 3.
Right.
Because we realized that most people want to be productive and still want to have the phone of their choice.
Right.
So even though the Note was not present, its features were there, And then in 2022, we decided to bring back the Note, but I mean in a different form or in a different category, the S22. The S22 Ultra is is the Note, sorry.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it is.
Great. Winston,
Yeah.
you've just picked up the tablet. Is that your favorite?
So this is very interesting. I was literally thinking about it right now, and why the reason I picked up the tablet right now is to check if there was a SIM tray, and there actually is. So it's SIM activated. So I'm supposing you can place calls with it.
Yes, you can.
Oh, as gaudy as, but people used to do that back
Wait,
in
don't
the
say
day.
people used to do that. You used to do that.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair. Yeah, I
You
actually
used to
used to
use
do
a
that.
tablet
Yeah,
as
I
a
actually
phone.
use. Yeah, yes, I did that. But so I was actually thinking, how could I balance the tab and put it in my life, and then it would be very simple. I just realized that if you have the tab and you have the Galaxy Buds and then you have the Galaxy Watch, you don't even have to look at the tab when
Yeah.
you get a call, because you can see who is calling you on your watch, and then you just accept. Yeah, I'm
This
giving you
man just
ideas.
gave me an idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Because
So-
battery life on that tab
is going to be fantastic, and it's a bigger pen. I love
Yeah.
the Note. I'm using a Note 10 right now. The Note is my favorite thing altogether, and although I've always wondered why the Note had the S Pen and the S didn't have
The
I mean,
S
it should
Pen.
have been a Note Pen if it was in the Note, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's besides the point. But I right now I think I'm actually eyeing the Galaxy Tab S8 lineup, because if you're ever wondering, if you are ever in a situation where you are wondering, should I buy a tablet or a laptop, I think the Galaxy Tab S8 is for you, because thanks to Samsung Dex, which is automatically activated when you clip on the keyboard, which you have to buy, it gives you near Microsoft experience, but with your Samsung everything.
You
So
mean
you
near Windows experience?
yeah, sorry. Hey, yeah. So I thought I actually said Macintosh though, but yeah, it gives you near Windows experience, because that's some of the partnerships Samsung has currently. So yeah, I think the Tab S8 Ultra might actually be my favorite. I'm actually surprised.
Is it?
Yeah.
That you're surprised? I'm surprised that you're surprised.
I-
You shouldn't
I'm-
be surprised
I'm-
at yourself.
No, I'm surprised because I'm a Note fan.
Yeah.
Of the I've seen a Note until we got here, until a few minutes ago. The Note was the S22 Ultra was my pick, but after looking at this tablet in person, I'm like, you know what?
You're like,
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm also like,
Yeah.
So, Michael,
Mm,
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you feeling
All right, thank
about
you.
the devices?
Oh, that's
Oh, you can pick them up, Michael.
Right.
Yes, that's the S22, S22 Plus. What do you think? And reason why, listeners, for those who don't know why we're putting Michael on the spot, is Michael is on the dark side
Yeah.
in this conversation. And by the dark side, we cannot mention why, but if you know Star Wars, you know, yes, he's from the dark side.
Dark side is a nice place to be. There's no lights burning your eyes. There's constantly shade. The temperature is nice.
And you can't see anything.
That's besides the point. Torchlights were invented for. At least I'm bad to hold. I mean, actually,
Have you ever used a Samsung device before, Mike?
Let's not get bogged down with unnecessary details here.
Have you ever used a Samsung before?
Yes.
Okay, how long ago was this?
Look, I don't need to get into unnecessary details.
I feel like Michael is one of those people who had bad experiences with Samsung like years ago. Times have changed. Like I keep telling people, like whatever you experienced yonks ago, and I don't know what you are talking about in your experience because I also used Samsung yonks ago and I didn't have any bad experience.
My first Samsung was a Galaxy Spiker. This was before the S1. So I'm one to know the evolution.
Yeah.
But then again, Michael, while you go through this, I'm going to ask Mike a few questions. We'll come back to you because I can see you're getting used to it. Yes.
Strong words, but
So, Mike, tell us about these devices. First, with the regular S22. I've seen that the design has changed from the S21, albeit a little bit similar to the S21, but slightly different on the sides.
Yes.
What else has changed besides what we can see with our eyes?
Well, so Samsung is pitching these devices as the perfection of S21.
Right.
Yes. So you would realize that there are some minimal design changes
Okay.
here and there. The S22 Ultra looks very much different. Yes, from the S22 and the S22 Plus. Yes.
And also from the S21 Ultra, because we would have expected it to evolve
Exactly.
into this, but it totally changed, which is why it's a Note, because it looks like a Note 20 Ultra
Exactly.
on steroids.
Exactly, yeah. So but most of the other changes are actually under the hood.
Right.
Yeah, we won't see them, but they are there, and they may seem like small changes, but they really change the way the phone is. You know, when you look at, for instance, I mean, we are pitching this phone mainly from the camera point of view, and when you look at the camera on the, for example, the S22 Ultra, you'd realize that it's probably the same 108 megapixel camera, at the same time 12 megapixels, but you realize that we have done something to the pixel size.
Right.
Yes, and this may seem like a small change, but when you take a picture with the S22 Ultra and you take a picture with the S21 Ultra or any of the S21 series versus the S22 series, you'd realize that it looks much better on the S22 series. And what is accounting for this is a host of things, which includes the pixel size, which now allows or lets in more light into the device, which actually has an effect on the way your final output or the quality of your picture would actually be. Yeah. So after talking about the pixel size, there is also the performance. You could talk about the new 4 nanometer processor.
Yeah, because last year was a 5 nanometer.
Yes.
And now you've shrunk it again.
Yes.
4 nanometers.
Yes.
What does this mean to the regular user?
So when we talk about the processor lithography,
Charlie, the man has thrown a big word out there.
as the distance on the chip, right, or the distance on the chip between the transistors becomes smaller, what it means is that power is able to reach all aspects of the transistors in a short period of time.
So in simple terms, the processor is no longer Accra motorway. It's just from Circle to Kokomlemle.
Yes.
And that means that you get to where you're going faster. Interesting.
Which also means that less heat will be generated as a result. And that is why, and this is actually also linked to the size of the battery. So even though it's the same battery size you would see or that you saw in the S21 series, just because of the 4
reduction of the
nanometer,
size in the
exactly.
processor.
Yes, it may be the same battery size, but the S22 series is supposed to last longer, or has a better chance of lasting longer as compared to
The 5 nanometer.
yes, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So basically, in simple terms, if you are not moving from Accra to Tema every day to work,
Yeah,
you would not use as much energy
exactly.
It's much fuel.
or as much fuel.
As
Charlie,
much fuel.
when you say fuel, people's hearts will cut. So energy. Okay, so moving away from the internals, like the processor, what else has changed? So the battery didn't really change.
No, the battery didn't really change.
Okay, on the S22 Ultra, the S22 Plus, S22, same battery.
No, so
Okay.
there is actually a change in the S22 Plus,
Right.
and
It got bigger or smaller.
let me just quickly pull that up.
So because I'm thinking, if you've made it so efficient, then you could have put pen in all of the phones. So you shrink the battery small and you put a pen in the 22 plus, shrink the battery small and you put a pen in the S22, so that every size has a pen.
Wouldn't the pens be much smaller? Like, because look at the size.
Yeah,
If you get
so S22 will have a pencil, a crayon.
yeah, more like a crayon.
A crayon, then S22 Plus will have a pencil, then the S22 Ultra will have a pen. So, Michael,
Yes.
the other Michael,
Yes.
are you done playing around with it?
Or not at all.
Okay, so keep playing. We'll come back to you. When you're ready, just raise your hand and say, "Sir, please, I'm done."
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
what else changed?
Yeah, so actually the battery size as compared to S21 series
Right.
has actually reduced. So S22 Plus and S22 size of
regular.
batteries, yes, are smaller than that of the S21
Because
series.
you've shrunk the processor, so you are so confident that you don't even need a big battery again.
Yes, I mean, technology has come a long way,
Yeah.
and there are times you can make giant leaps and people will not really use that technology to
It's fullest.
exactly.
Yeah, we had a conversation on the show where we're asking people what percentage do people use, what percentage of power do they use on their phone? Like what features do you use? And we realized a lot of people do not really take advantage of half the things their phone can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. So away from that, what else changed?
Yeah. So after the battery, we've spoken about the camera, spoken about battery.
Did you improve the screen? Because man, Samsung has one of the best screens when it comes to smartphones. And I've been watching some of the reviews because I haven't gotten a full hands-on yet, but most of the reviewers say that, and I saw this when it was being launched because I was there with you, Mike, and the screen, the brightness it has been pushed so far that now in broad daylight, you know that thing where when you're holding your phone and you're in broad daylight, you have to shield your phone
Yeah,
to be able to see what's on the screen.
Sure.
The S22 Ultra, you don't have to do that. Like it's so bright next to somebody's phone, it looks like the person's battery is dying, and it's gone into power saving mode. Yes. And I saw this in a side by side comparison on YouTube, and I was very impressed. Like you'd begin to think that we've reached a peak, and then they go over the peak again. Next thing, what's you're going to project the screen into the sky or what? So how far have you pushed the screen this time?
Okay, so with the new brightness level, we have actually pushed it to 1,750 nits.
Okay.
Yes.
So in simple terms,
your screen is much brighter when you step into a bright space.
environment. Does this
Yes.
happen automatically?
Yes, it does. I mean, it is adaptive. You can choose to turn it off and manually do it yourself. Yes, but it is adaptive. It would automatically adjust it for you. But we also did realize that there are times your screen is adjusting to the conditions of light where it finds itself, and it sort of throws it all over the place. You still can't
I was
really.
just about to say, sometimes it even messes up the colors and everything, and you don't even see things for what they truly are
Yes.
in bright sunlight.
Yes. So we introduced the Vision Booster, which also automatically looks for the best display for what content you are currently viewing on your screen wherever you find yourself.
So if I'm in a car and I'm watching my Netflix and it's bright sunlight, I'll still see my content as it's supposed to be.
Exactly, you still see everything as it's supposed to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, away from that, what else changed?
So the addition of the S Pen is also new.
On the S22 Ultra.
On the S22 Ultra. Like we've said before, the S22 Ultra is the Note, but now with a different family. But you still get a built-in S Pen on your device. So for some of us, we're not able to move to the foldable devices and the S21
Some
series.
of us, like, the man is trying to be like us.
Us?
Hey, I said us.
Us?
Winston, why?
It's cool. Carry on.
Yeah,
okay, I can't lie.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike, you were saying.
Yeah, so this is actually built in. It's not an accessory. So
so you don't have to buy it.
You don't have to buy it, and then also the latency of the S Pen has also been enhanced. It's able to predict much like it's able to better predict when you are attempting to whether draw or write anything on your screen.
Wait.
Yeah.
So a pen can predict when I'm writing.
Yes.
And anticipate where the pen is going.
Yes.
Reducing the lag. So for listeners that don't understand what Mike just said, it's very interesting. You know, when you're writing with the pen on the screen, you can feel that you are faster than the pen. The ink sort of comes after you've moved. But now the pen can anticipate where you're going and then spill the ink there before you even get there.
Yeah.
So it reduces the lag.
Yes.
By how much?
By zero, I think 21. I'll need to cross check on that anyway. Yeah.
So, but it's fast.
It is fast.
So for those who like to draw on your phones, who like to draw, I don't know how many people draw on their phones, but for those who like to draw, those who like to write, me, I have terrible handwriting, but when I take notes, it's faster than typing. When I scribble on the screen, even though I'm the only one that can read what I've scribbled, which is why it's on my phone.
You know what's interesting about that? Which is one of the reasons why I love the Note. No matter how bad because I also have bad handwriting. But it has there's a
Michael, do you also have bad
Yes, he
handwriting?
does. Well, yes.
Mike, do you also have bad handwriting?
I would say I'm just okay. Not.
I think I saw his handwriting is pretty cool. He had some cursive and stuff. Like he's doing all that. Yeah, you know.
I was about to say, I was about to create a consensus that it's official. Tech people are now the new doctors when it comes to handwriting. But since Mike has set himself apart, it's no longer, I think.
But what the Note has this capability where you scribble whatever you want, and you can actually have the Note transcribe it into regular
typed out text,
and that's extremely convenient.
I know, right? The fact that I could read my handwriting.
Yes.
I would have passed a lot of exams.
You know, do you know, to be honest, not that I want to go back to school, but if I was going back to school and I had something like the Tab S8, I would be extremely excited.
Yeah, you'd be excited to go to school every day.
There are multiple things I could do. I could write the notes. I could write the notes on, some lecturers give you notes.
Yeah,
so I
on
can
their presentations.
Yeah, you can scribble points on that and it
Yeah.
stays on it. You can record text to speech so you don't miss anything. Like, there are so many advantages.
You know, right now we're going to put a dent in parents' pockets because every young person going to school right now should ask for a Tab S8 Plus.
Yeah, and so parents, don't buy them laptop, buy them Tab S8.
Tab S8 because they have a pen so they can scribble.
And you can buy the keyboard attachment.
Buy the
it's a
keyboard
laptop.
Bro,
That's it.
like back to school, no laptops, buy them a Tab S8. It's more efficient, and besides, the battery even lasts longer than a regular laptop.
And if you are really, really going to be
And it has 2 cameras in the back.
you're
and
going to
one
be
in front.
cost saving, don't buy them phone as well. Because
Okay, people are going to hate you for that. I mean, it means that you can reduce the amount of money you're going to spend on the phone.
Yeah.
So you can buy them a lower spec phone.
Yeah, or you can just buy them the watch.
Yeah, buy them a watch.
Yeah.
Buy them buds.
Yeah.
Then buy them a tablet.
Yeah. You're
And then buy the regular S22. Don't buy S22 Ultra.
You're cruising.
Yeah. So it's easy on your pockets. So yeah, all the university students, forget a strike, still go and ask for these things from your parents.
Sharp.
It's going to help you. You can be learning on your own, taking courses online on your tab.
Yeah. We should join the marketing team.
We are already in the marketing team.
Nice.
So Mike,
Yeah.
you've mentioned a lot of specs and things, and very soon I'll be opening the phone lines for our listeners to call in and ask there are questions what do you want to know about these devices.
Okay.
But I'm going to take it back to camera
Okay.
because, see, 99% of my listeners or Ghanaians or people who buy smartphones, you ask them why camera, and there was one feature that was announced when this one was launched, Nightography. For those who don't know, that's night photography put together, and they made a new word, Nightography. And I must say, Samsung made some big claims with that. And if you're on Twitter, you've probably seen a lot of tweets going around where people are comparing these shots from one brand of phones and then the S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra. And those were big claims. I was wincing for you guys. Like, I was really afraid. Hey, Charlie, what if Samsung does not, live up to what they are saying? Because Charlie, big claims, like, can take portrait mode pictures in the night.
Yeah.
And so far, what I'm seeing, it's nailing it. So, can you elaborate? What tech is backing this stuff up? Because I saw that the promotional material saying break the rules of light, which is essentially what this is happening. Because you're not using flash, but pictures are coming out as clear as day.
Yes.
So what's the tech behind this?
Yeah. So the tech behind this is the pixel binning technology. So when you look at the specs for the S22 and the S22 Plus, you'd realize that the size of the pixel as compared to the S21 series has been increased.
So the size, not the megapixel, because a lot of people are going to buy phones and are thinking the camera is a megapixel. If they hear 48, but then someone has a 12 megapixel, and that 48 megapixel can't match.
Yeah. So let me just try to see if I could explain it. So light passes through your lens. Your lens can also open wide, or it could just open very small, right? Through the aperture anyway. The aperture controls how wide your lens opens up. So light passes through the lens and falls on the pixels. Now the pixels are on the camera sensor. Now the pixels are responsible for the image that actually is generated when you take a shot, right? And this is made possible by the amount of light that falls on it. Now when you compare smartphones as they are today to DSLR cameras, the size of their pixels could be as huge as 8 microns. Now when you look at smartphone cameras, what they have been trying to do, because it is, when you look at a smartphone and you look at how small the camera section is, they need to fit lots of pixels in there, and at the same time those pixels need to be big so that they could capture more light. But it is impossible because you would need to trade off one for the other. So entering the pixel binning technology, what this does is that it's able to combine or merge pixels that are closer to each other into one super pixel, where light can fall on it, and then your output would be enhanced. So in the case of the S22 Ultra, for example, it houses the 108 megapixel sensor, but at the same time the non-binning technology was used. What this means is that 9 small pixels have been grouped as one. And that is why when the 108 megapixel is divided by 9, you have 12 megapixels. At the same time, your pixel size now moves from 0.8 microns to 2.4 microns. Yes, because it's a 3x3, so it's a perfect square. So yeah, 0.8 times 3, 2.4 microns for the pixel size. And this is the same technology that is making the nightography possible. When you look at the S22 and S22 Plus, their pixel size has been increased by this pixel binning technology. Originally, it houses a 50 megapixel camera, but it also uses the tetra binning technology, where the 50 megapixel is divided by a 2x2, which becomes 4 pixels. 50 divided by 4, 12 point something. So at the same time, 12 megapixel and then 1 micron for the pixel size.
A whole lot of mathematics just to get an image.
Yes.
So, then being in tetra, everything happens on the camera.
Yeah.
This is that is mind blowing. Like, I'm just sitting here listening and I'm trying to imagine all that happening on the lens. Let's start with the 108. So in my mind, 108 squares. And each square is grouped into 9.
Yeah.
And every time you take a picture, these 9 groups that come together to form 108 pixel come together to create that full image. So it creates 9 groups of a 3 grid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So 9, 9, 9, 27. Then like that.
Yeah.
Charlie.
And I have actually tried night shots, and I was comparing it to the Note 20 Ultra and even to S21 Ultra, and there is a huge difference. And you could see that it's brighter, and it is all as a result of the larger pixel size. Yes. And then of course there is also the introduction of the 12-bit HDR, which means that the color depth has been improved, so you have more colors now. So now your colors are richer. So it's like everything is working.
This is why a lot of people see pictures and videos on Samsungs and say that it's nice on your phone, but when it comes to my phone, it's not nice.
Yeah.
Basically, the screen is just so good.
Yeah.
Everybody's screen looks
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
For lack of a better word.
Smartphone screens really play a huge role in when it comes to what we see on the device here. So that is why I could send you an image I took on my phone, but it will not look as good as it looks on my phone. So the screen is coming into play. Of course, the whole thing about the lenses, the pixel size, then the 12-bit HDR working on the color, all those things are working together to give you that final image. And then, of course, if you have other technologies like the Vision Booster, the 1750 nits and all that, so this is what comes together to give you that final image that you're looking for.
Great. Michael Ajete.
See, he hasn't raised his hand. I saw
Okay.
Yeah, but Spike is one of those teachers who you see the student trying to be as anonymous as possible, and yet he'll call you out to ask you questions.
Yes, I don't like anonymity in my class.
Yes, sir.
How far?
Just before we ask Michael, there's a very important information we haven't told the Slay Queens, which is that Samsung.
What kind of group is that? Carry on, sir.
Samsung has a serious partnership with Snapchat now.
Oh yeah.
So you see now you see it's important.
Yeah. But it's not only Slay Queens that use Snapchat.
You don't worry. Do you use Snapchat?
Yes, I do.
You.
And
you
do.
I don't use it for okay, I used to snoop to look at stuff. But Mike, can you tell us about this partnership? It's very important for certain people.
Because this is something that you hear people talk about a lot. Why do you use a certain brand of phones? Oh, because Snapchat on your phone looks like VHS, or it looks like it doesn't look nice.
Statement.
Charlie, and you see on social media they're always trolling Android users and Samsung users that your Snapchat doesn't look nice. And I always try to explain it technically, like, there's 1,000,001 Android brands. Snapchat cannot develop Snapchat for every single brand. It just does it generically, and it has to. And the annoying part,
it records.
It's a screen recording.
Yes.
So you know how when you record your screen on your phone that you're using on when you're on Instagram or any app, you want to send me the video, you screen record. You see, the quality is not always good.
Yeah.
That is why Androids look like that, because Snapchat, as lazy as they are always doing screen record because the brands are plenty.
And to add to that, even the screen record, they choose the most efficient file size. And that means that they are not here to come, because I've done screen recording on my Note 10, and sometimes it's like 200 megabytes. I'm like, who am I sending this to?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not sending. Would you pay? You go and be calling certain network that, please, what happened to my data? They won't do that. So they'll probably send it at 60 megabytes, even less because they
10.
need it. Yeah, and that's what happens.
So they are doing. Snapchat is doing .
It sounds like we are explaining, but we are not.
We're not. We're telling you the truth. But anyways, all that is in the past.
Yeah.
New things have come to stay.
Yes.
And there's a partnership between Samsung and Snapchat. Sorry, other Android users, you didn't get a partnership yet. But it may roll down, because we mentioned this last week that Samsung seems to be like at the forefront of development for Android.
Yes.
Everything Samsung introduces ends up rolling down to every other Android phone.
Because Google will be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is actually
like
cool.
Quick Share.
Yeah.
So I was using Quick Share for forever and then Wi-Fi Direct.
Yeah.
And then Google's like, oh, let's create Nearby Share.
It's very weird.
I won't be surprised if Google does Dex very soon. And Chrome, Chrome
mode or whatever.
Chromecasting your desktop or Chromebooking your phone. Your phone is
Yeah.
essentially becoming a
Well,
Chromebook.
Chromebooks haven't been particularly successful. So.
Yeah, because we don't have very
Yeah.
stable internet in these
But
parts.
my belief in this Snapchat's partnership is very high because about 2 or 3 years ago, it was the Note 10 when my phone came out in 2019 or 2018. That's about. They had a partnership with Instagram, and there was an appreciable change in image quality when you posted on Instagram. So I'm looking forward to slaying on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Winston is looking forward to slaying on Snapchat.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
the numbers to call is 055 1111 997 055 quadruple, not call, sorry, send a WhatsApp message. We're talking about the S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra, which Michael has hijacked, and a Tab S8, S8 Plus. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I want to read your messages, and I'll open the phone line so you call. Please, when you call, don't be asking for phones, because. And Douglas, I have to tell you in advance, Mike. See, I beg you after the call. I have a very
Avid
consistent, avid listener called Douglas, who's been asking me for a certain phone that I've not been able to deliver. So yeah, we'll talk. You give us a discount and we'll buy the phone for Douglas. Abby,
Yeah,
Winston,
sharp.
we'll all contribute. Michael,
Yubab.
Winston, Spikey, and our producer. Even though I'm throwing him under the bus. So we'll be right back.
Rise and shine, my people, and welcome to Radio 550. Now, today it's all about enjoyment on MTN. Oh, yeah! MTN Rewards is giving the best deals on all the things you love. Just keep talking, texting, using your data to collect points, and get amazing offers and discounted freebies right away, every day. To check your rewards, dial *550#, and voila, everything's someday for you all. From airtime to data to shopping discounts to movie tickets, we got you. So keep using MTN and redeem your rewards every day. Oh, no, like enjoyment. Let's go. Everywhere you go.
Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle, your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. And on that same note, SIM card registration. All MTN SIM cards in Ghana must be registered again with only the Ghana card. Failure to register your MTN SIM means that you will not be able to make voice calls, you can't use mobile money services, you can't use internet, and all other services linked to your SIM card, you can't use them. So register, just dial *404# and follow the prompts. And when you dial *404#, you'll be required to send the following details on your Ghana card: your Ghana card PIN number, your surname, your first name or first names if you have multiple names, your date of birth, and your gender. You will then receive a code which will present to MTN Customer Care Center for your biometric details to be captured. Please note that the registration is free and you will not be required to make any payments at all. No payments. So yes, send me WhatsApp 055 quadruple 1997, or listen, just call us 0302 216 541 0302 216 541. Mike from Samsung is here, and we're talking about the S22 and the S22 Plus and the S22 Ultra and the Tab S8 Plus. These are the latest phones and tablet from Samsung that were announced last week. Remember, last week we were anticipating, we were speculating all the features that were going to come with the phone, and they came, and we're talking about them. Yes, so we've got a couple of callers on the line. Hello. Hello. Okay, so while we try to sort it out. Hello, Nah.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Nah.
I have 3 questions.
Sure. Shoot.
First, what's the name of is S what?
S22, as in 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the S22.
Second, you
yes.
said it can be used as a laptop. So if I attach a keyboard to it, I'll
That's
be
the
able
Tab
to
S8
use it
Plus.
as a laptop.
That's a tablet. So that's a Tab S8 Plus. You can use
Yeah,
it as a
but-
laptop if you attach a keyboard to it. And it comes with a pen. as well.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Wait. So if I put Microsoft Office app on it, I'll be able to type and use it as
And
a regular
even
laptop.
scribble. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And your third question?
No, my third question.
Yes.
No, wait. Follow-up question to the last question.
Sure.
How much is it?
Ha ha ha. Mike, how much is it?
So we're still finalizing the details of the price. At this point, we're not done yet, but we'll let you know very soon enough.
Because it's very
Oh,
new.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Okay,
don't
my
have the
third
actual
question.
prices yet.
My third and last question.
Okay,
It's a little off topic.
no problem.
When your phone's motherboard spoils, you won't be able to fix it. Right?
No. Well, it depends on what actually gets spoiled on the motherboard.
Is it?
It depends on what gets spoiled on the motherboard.
No, when your phone's motherboard gets spoiled.
Yeah. So it depends on what on the motherboard gets spoiled. If it's just the power, that can be fixed.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
It's,
But if
Thank
it's the
you.
whole motherboard, then it's not. You can't fix it.
Yeah.
You'd have to replace it, and that means you probably lose everything on your phone.
Unless Mike can extract the storage chip and then fix it. Mike, do you guys do that? Okay, no. We'll take that as a categorical no. So thank you very much for calling. Now I hope we answered all your questions. Yes, the number is 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Call us. Talk to Samsung. Talk to Mike. Not Michael. Because Michael is here busy scribbling on the S22 Ultra. How does that feel, Michael?
I mean, it's the only interesting thing I can do with this phone right now.
Yes, because you're learning. You start from ba, da, ga. When you're in nursery, you have to start with syllables and vowels before you graduate to actual words. So very soon we'll start seeing you doing words with your phone, right?
Nah.
You're still using your
I mean, if I had time to take it home and really practice, then maybe I'll graduate to sentences. But right now,
now you still. You don't worry. I'll talk when I get a review unit from Mike, and I'm done. I'll throw it to you so you can have some time with it.
I have a question.
Sure.
For Mike. Was something I noticed when we kind of played with it at the event. I noticed that the cameras were wider.
Yes.
Than the previous year, so you could fit a lot more in the shot than was I seeing wrong, or that's the case?
No, actually, that is the case. Yeah, so the cameras have been widened slightly. Yes, to actually fit more into the shot, just like you said.
We have another call on the line. Hello, Nana Kweku.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening, Nana. And where are you calling from, please?
From Kumasi, as usual.
Wonderful.
It is one of my favorite programs.
Thank you very much.
I spoke to you the last time about using LG Wing.
About using
LG Wing.
LG, yes. The LG Wing. Yes, the legendary Wing user.
LG Wing, yes. But you know why? All phones are fabulous. Now, when you use the phone and there's nothing that differentiates that the uniqueness. Once you're holding it, that sets it apart from other phones.
Right.
Unless someone gets closer to you.
Yeah.
So I would have wished that Samsung, going through that the foldable ones, will try to do something unique, different from the old one.
Yeah.
So right now it's still fabulous, the same designs as it used to be. Unless probably get hold of it, and then you can see that this is an S22 thing.
Yeah.
So I would have wished Samsung then decide to be a little bit innovative.
Right.
Other than always having a fabulous all this while.
So you prefer revolution over evolution.
It's very good.
Right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Nana Kuku, for calling, and we're grateful that we are one of your favorite programs. So, Mike, Nana Kuku says he's tired of soba form factors, and he likes the fold, because it sets you apart. He's like my our former producer Delaglanu. He doesn't want a phone that everybody's using.
Yes.
Delaglanu wants a phone, and when he takes out, everybody asks, "What phone is this?"
Yeah.
People are asking for a phone that the moment they take out is a statement. And I think the fold does that. The flip and the fold do that.
Yeah.
but they want something else. Something that they can. And I've seen that Samsung has gotten some patents for rollable phones. Are we going to see those anytime soon?
Even with the foldable devices,
Yeah.
we started testing on them, I think 2011 or 2012.
Wow.
And then it took us 7 years to finally come out with
Yeah.
what we actually unveiled. So we keep testing and we keep listening to what our consumers have to say. And at the right time, when we're ready to make an announcement, we would.
I like that because it's true. You guys actually listen and change stuff. We've noticed some of these changes with some of the devices. Like I had a pet peeve, but I'll come back to that. I hope the conversation continues next week. Please help me with the podcast and Telegram pages. That's Ajo from Sakomona. So the podcast, just go to Spotify, Google, or Apple, and then just search for podcasts. Hey, Geek Squad. and now those podcasts. Add Joy. It's easier. When you add Joy Geek Squad, you'll find it in any podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Google Podcast. So Kobe Spike and Chroma General. Hey, where is Samsung taking us to talking of technology? That's one. Two, are we looking at different networks on Samsung like 5G? And three, what is one most powerful key of Samsung? Well, in fact, my Google and my S22 Ultra. Which one should I come for? See, I told you Douglas would come for me,
Yeah.
and he didn't disappoint. Yes, I'm listening. Oh, dear Lord, Spikey, Sly, yes, I see you too. Sly, you. Anyways, Douglas had 3 questions.
Number of questions, yeah.
Number 1 was, where is Samsung taking us in terms of technology? Because I don't know whether he's saying that we are speeding. He wants you to slow down because of his subsequent question, which is looking at different networks on Samsung. I think Samsung phones are all 5G enabled now.
Yes, at the moment, all our devices are 5G enabled. We're just waiting for the mobile network operators to make the move.
Yeah.
And then we can enjoy 5G here.
And the eSIMs.
And even the eSIM,
Yeah.
yes.
And
yes.
he asked, so before we come to the number 1 question, the final question that he asked is, what's the one most powerful key of Samsung? I think key feature.
Of the S22,
Most likely.
the Nightography.
The Nightography, yeah.
Yeah.
So taking photos in the night.
Yeah.
So where is Samsung taking us in terms of technology?
On the journey of technology, it's both of us. So we listen to the consumers and then we innovate and we come up with something each one of us appreciates and we move on from there. So
Right.
it's a journey that we are embarking together.
Great. So you heard that, Douglas. It's a journey that we're all going on together. So it's not just Samsung leading, but you also suggest and they do something. And we hope that all the suggestions that have been made, including Nana Kweku's one, will be listened to. Some people want a phone that when they take it out, eclipse will happen. But then, everybody's like, is that your fault? So, yes, we have to bring the show to a close. We were talking about Samsung's latest devices. Michael is still playing with his. He has still not graduated from nursery. So, hopefully next week on the show, he would have graduated. We'll get some info. Thank you very much, Mike from Samsung, who
you
has
for having me.
graduated, for joining us. And Winston has also been playing with the tablets. I don't think Mike is getting it back. My name is Kobe Spike Nkrumah, and thank you all for listening. And a big shout out to this young lady who met me. She's called Martha in Ashalibuchi, and she said she's a big fan of the show. She's been listening. So shout out to you, Martha. And yes, thank you to my producer, Prince, and Abeku Sankofi, and Dennis the Fairboy. Catch you next week on another episode of Geek Squad. Peace.